Welcome to my channel Super Rare Coins. Today is best top 2 coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. The 1 penny Elizabeth II 1993 coin is one of the important bronze issues in the British decimal coinage series and was struck by the Royal Mint in the United Kingdom during the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, whose portrait adorns the obverse. This coin was produced as part of the modern decimal currency system, which the United Kingdom adopted in 1971 to simplify calculations and unify monetary values based on the pound being divided into 100 pence. The 1993 issue represents a continuation of the decimal system and belongs to the period when the Royal Mint was transitioning technologically while preserving Britain's deep-rooted design traditions and the enduring symbols of monarchy and state. The 1 penny coin of 1993 is composed of bronze, a classic copper-based alloy consisting of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, giving the coin its distinctive reddish-brown metallic luster. The weight of the coin is 3.56 grams with a diameter of 20.3 millimeters and a plain, smooth edge. The bronze composition gives the coin a satisfying density and an attractive tone that develops a deeper patina with time, especially on circulated examples. This particular year, 1993, is noteworthy because it was among the final years in which the British penny was struck in bronze before the transition to copper-plated steel in 1992-1993 due to the rising cost of copper. As a result, 1993 1 penny coins made of bronze are highly regarded by collectors as representing the end of an era in traditional British coin metallurgy. The obverse, front, of the 1993 1 penny features the third official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Raphael David Maklauf, a distinguished British sculptor introduced in 1985 and used until 1997. Maklauf's portrait presents the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, a magnificent crown decorated with pearls and diamonds, often worn during the state opening of Parliament. Unlike the earlier portraits, Maklauf's design portrays the Queen with a more idealized and youthful appearance, intended to reflect her enduring grace and authority rather than the passage of time. The design is both stately and modern, emphasizing smooth contours and a serene expression. Around the outer rim appears the Latin legend, Elizabeth II, D.G. Reg. F.O.D. 1993, meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen Defender of the Faith. This inscription continues a royal coinage tradition dating back centuries, symbolizing both divine legitimacy and the monarch's religious role as head of the Church of England. The reverse, back, of the 1993 1 penny coin showcases one of the most enduring designs in modern British numismatics, the crowned portcullis with chains and emblem closely associated with the Palace of Westminster and British Parliament. The design was created by Christopher Ironside, one of the most influential coin designers of the 20th century, whose work for the Royal Mint defined the visual identity of Britain's decimal coins from 1971 onward. The portcullis, originally a defensive gate used in medieval castles, symbolizes both security and governance, while the crown above it represents the sovereignty of the monarchy. Together they embody the constitutional unity of the Crown and Parliament, a cornerstone of Britain's democratic system. Below the central image appears the denomination 1 penny, rendered in bold capital letters affirming the coin's face value. The reverse's symmetrical layout, balanced composition, and strong symbolic meaning have made it one of the most recognizable designs in British coinage. The 1993 1 penny coin was struck at the Royal Mint's Llantrisant facility in South Wales, where all modern UK circulation coinage is produced. The Mint, one of the oldest continuously operating mints in the world, founded over 100 years ago, employs advanced minting technology and rigorous quality control. Each coin blank was precisely measured and polished before being struck by steel dies engraved with Maklauf's obverse portrait and Ironside's reverse design. The striking process involved immense pressure, ensuring clear definition of fine details such as the Queen's diadem jewels, the chain links of the portcullis, and the sharp lettering of the inscriptions. In 1993, millions of 1 penny coins were minted for circulation, though the exact number is not exceptionally high compared to other years, making it somewhat less common in pristine condition today. The Royal Mint also issued special versions of the coin in brilliant uncirculated, BU, and proof finishes for inclusion in collector sets. The proof coins struck multiple times on specially prepared planchets with polished dies exhibit mirror-like fields and frosted reliefs, making them miniature works of art. These collector issues were distributed in official mint sets, appealing to both numismatists and the general public. The design symbolism of the coin carries layers of meaning. The portcullis is not just a decorative motif, it is the heraldic badge of the Palace of Westminster, home to the Houses of Parliament. T was first used as a royal badge by King Henry VII in the late 15th century, linking it to the Tudor dynasty and, by extension, to the continuity of the British monarchy. The crown atop the portcullis represents royal authority, while the chains symbolize strength and unity under lawful governance. Together, they form an image of a secure nation bound by both tradition and democratic order. The Queen's portrait on the obverse complements this symbolism, embodying the stability and dignity of the crown, while the reverse reflects the enduring institutions of British government. From a historical perspective, the 1993 penny falls into the later part of the Bronze era of UK coinage, before the introduction of copper-plated steel in subsequent years. Bronze pennies of this period are valued for their traditional metallic composition, rich color, and excellent minting detail. The change to steel, while economically practical, marked the end of over a century of bronze coinage that began during the reign of Queen Victoria in 1860s. The 1993 issue is not only a circulating coin, but also a symbolic farewell to a material legacy that defined British small change for more than 130 years. In everyday life, the 1 penny coin held small but significant utility. In 1993, it was widely used for low-value purchases, vending machines, and making exact change in a cash-based society. The coin's small size and light weight made it practical, yet its traditional design lent it a sense of permanence and familiarity. For many British citizens, the penny remains an emblem of thrift and modest value, encapsulated in phrases like, "A penny saved is a penny earned." From a collector's standpoint, the 1993 1 penny coin is considered a common circulation issue, yet it holds numismatic interest due to its bronze composition and fine craftsmanship. In circulated condition, it generally retains a value equal to face value, 1 penny. However, in brilliant uncirculated, BU, or proof condition, the coin can fetch between 50 pence and £3 depending on quality and presentation. And proof sets, where the coin is encased and preserved, the value may rise further, particularly for coins free of toning or blemishes. Collectors assembling date runs of decimal pennies often seek high-grade 1993 examples to complete their sets. On a technical level, the minting precision of the 1993 penny reflects the Royal Mint's global reputation for excellence. Each coin was struck using exact weight and metal tolerances. Next, the 1 penny Elizabeth II 1994 coin is part of the modern decimal coinage of the United Kingdom, issued by the Royal Mint, one of the world's oldest and most respected minting institutions. The 1994 1 penny was struck during the long reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who ruled from 1952 to 2022, making her the longest reigning monarch in British history. The coin belongs to the decimal system introduced in 1971, which replaced the old pound, shillings, and pence system that had been in use for centuries. Thus, the 1994 penny represents a continuation of Britain's post-decimalization coinage, modern, efficient, and standardized, while retaining deep traditional symbols of national identity and continuity under the monarchy. The metal composition of the 1994 1 penny is bronze, consisting of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It weighs approximately 3.56 grams and has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters with a plain, smooth edge. The coin's metallic tone is a warm reddish-brown, typical of bronze coins, though over time it can darken due to oxidation, giving older coins a characteristic patina that many collectors find attractive. The minting quality was high, as the Royal Mint used precision machinery and refined dyes to ensure clarity of detail and consistency across millions of coins produced that year. The obverse front of the 1994 1 penny coin features the third definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael David Maclauff. This portrait was introduced in 1985 and remained in use until 1997. It shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, an ornate crown encrusted with diamonds worn for the state opening of Parliament. The portrait emphasizes the Queen's dignity and maturity, showing her in a regal yet serene manner. Around the outer rim runs the inscription, Elizabeth II D. G. Reg. F.A.D. 1994, which is an abbreviated Latin phrase meaning, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. This inscription continues a centuries-old tradition on British coinage, expressing both the sovereign's divine right and her role as head of the Church of England. The reverse, back, of the 1994 1 penny coin bears the iconic design of a portcullis with chains. Originally a badge of the Palace of Westminster and long associated with British Parliament, the portcullis, a medieval gate that could be raised or lowered to protect a fortress, symbolizes both security and authority. Fitting themes for a coin issued under the authority of the Crown and government, the design was created by Christopher Ironside, one of Britain's foremost coin designers, who also designed the rest of the decimal series introduced in 1971. Above the portcullis is a small crown representing the monarchy, while below is the denomination 1 penny. The design combines medieval symbolism with modern simplicity, capturing the balance between Britain's historic past and its modern governance. The 1994 1 penny coin was struck at the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, South Wales, a state-of-the-art minting facility that had replaced the historic Tower Hill site in London. The Royal Mint used high-quality bronze blanks and precision-struck dies, ensuring fine details on both the Queen's portrait and the portcullis design coins were produced for circulation as well as in special collector versions, including brilliant uncirculated (BU) and proof strikes. The proof coins struck multiple times on polished dies, feature mirror-like fields and frosted reliefs, making them visually stunning and highly collectible. Historically, the 1994 issue falls into a transitional period of British coinage. By the mid-1990s, inflation had reduced the purchasing power of the penny, yet it remained vital for pricing and vending machines. The bronze penny continued in production until 1992, after which the composition changed to copper-plated steel for most subsequent years due to the rising cost of copper. Interestingly, 1994 pennies were still minted in bronze, making them among the final regular circulation years struck in that metal before the full transition to steel became standard later in the decade. For collectors, this adds a subtle but notable historical distinction. The symbolism of the one-penny design reflects Britain's constitutional and political heritage. The portcullis symbolizes Parliament and democratic governance, while the crown represents the monarchy. Together they express the unity of crown and parliament under the British constitutional system. The Latin inscriptions on the obverse reinforce the religious and moral foundations of the monarchy, while the dignified portrait of Elizabeth II conveys stability, duty, and continuity. Each one-penny coin, though small in value, thus carries profound national symbolism that resonates with British history and identity. From a numismatic perspective, the 1994 one-penny is common in circulation as millions were minted for daily use across the United Kingdom. However, its value to collectors depends largely on condition. In circulated condition, the coin typically holds face value about 1 penny, but in brilliant uncirculated BU condition, it may fetch 50 pence to £1 depending on quality and market demand. Proof coins found in official Royal Mint collector sets are valued higher, often between £2 and £5, especially when preserved in original packaging. Coins with minting errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or missing plating can be of special interest and worth more to numismatists. Culturally, the coin is a piece of everyday British life used in shops, buses, and vending machines throughout the 1990s. For millions of people, the one penny was a symbol of thrift and value, often collected in jars and counted by children and adults alike. Despite its small denomination, it formed an essential part of the decimal system, and its traditional imagery kept it rooted in British heritage over time. The penny has also become symbolic in phrases like, "a penny for your thoughts," and "in for a penny, in for a pound," showing its deep embedding in English culture and language. From a technical minting standpoint, the Royal Mint's production of the 1994 one penny demonstrated precision and efficiency. Each coin was struck on carefully prepared bronze blanks under high pressure, creating detailed reliefs and crisp lettering. The dies were engraved with microscopic accuracy to capture the Queen's portrait while ensuring uniform edge and rim strength. Coins underwent quality inspections to ensure they met the Mint's strict standards for weight, metal purity, and alignment. This technological excellence ensured that British coins remained trusted both at home and abroad. The Queen's effigy by Raphael Maclauff, used on the 1994 penny, holds special artistic significance. Unlike the earlier portraits which emphasized realism, Maclauff chose to depict the Queen with a more idealized, timeless beauty, ensuring her image would not appear aged even after decades of use. The sculptural elegance of this portrait, with its smooth contours and balanced composition, made it one of the most graceful depictions of the monarch in modern coinage. The design struck a balance between respect for tradition and modern aesthetic appeal, a hallmark of Maclauff's artistic style. When considered in its historical continuity, the 1994 penny is a link in the long chain of British coinage stretching back over 1,000 years, from the silver pennies of Anglo-Saxon kings to the bronze pennies of the Victorian era and the modern decimal issues. The penny has remained a fundamental unit of British money. The 1994 coin continues that legacy, carrying forward. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more videos.